Welcome back to Barely There. I'm Brendan.
I'm Max.
This is our little variety show
Of where we do nothing.
of where we do absolutely nothing,
But
or at
talk
least nothing
about stuff.
coherent.
Yeah.
How's your week, man?
It's been a week of standardness, but we've had a lot happen in the world this week. A lot of death. You know, it was funny when Ozzy Osbourne went this week. He was number one, and that was pretty big. But I swear to you, as soon as Ozzy went, MK texted me. My sister's girlfriend texted me, and she goes, "Death works in threes, you know." And boy, was she right. Mm-hmm. So this week in the world, we lost Ozzy Osbourne to begin with, which we were just talking about this before. What's your greatest Ozzy memory besides the bat? It must be what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Someone was in my bedroom drinking my beers. It's like he developed a language of his own. So rip to the king. Shortly after, dude, we lost Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Nation's gone.
That's crazy.
Hulk Nation's gone, dude.
I have no thoughts on Hulk Hogan. I was never a wrestling fan.
I was never a big Hulk guy.
No, me either.
I would like. Did I like wrestling as a kid? Yes. Was I a big Hulk guy? No. If anything, I kind of was just like, yeah, I could have take it or leave it. You know?
Sure.
Like Undertaker, that was my guy.
I liked Umaga.
Umaga,
And
also
Rey,
a
and
great
Rey
one.
Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio, fantastic.
Those are my two favorites.
Big three for me: Undertaker, Rey Mysterio, Mark Henry.
I never knew Mark Henry.
The world's strongest man.
Oh man, I never. That's how removed from wrestling I am.
That's crazy. All right, all right.
But I know that Hulk Hogan. He was good with the kids.
Yeah.
He gave good big long speeches. So
Yeah.
Here's to another legend.
Yep.
And then I know we lost a few more this week. Some of which I
did.
haven't even heard. My death does work in threes.
Okay.
She said threes and sevens. I don't know.
3s and 7s.
Dude, we lost the one and only Samson Oak.
Samson Oak died?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Professor Oak
Yeah.
from Pokemon. The voice actor of Professor Oak passed away. What was his name? I gotta find it. My phone's filming.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get. I got you.
Yeah, but dude, Pokemon was way.
The goat.
I mean, it made it onto my Mount Rushmore of TV shows.
Yeah.
The only reason I have such a knowledge of Cartoon Network and the history of the shows and the artwork is because I would watch things waiting for Pokemon to come on. So, what's his name?
James Carter Cathcart.
James Carter Cathcart.
Yep.
Dang. James
James
Carter
Carter
Cathcart,
Cathcart.
another legend. Man,
The goat.
Yeah.
Easily the goat. Professor Oak, man. Lost a legend.
When I was in college, there was a lot of people who had Professor Oak as a hear me out. And
Really?
Really, really. Everyone loves that voice.
Wow. You know what?
It's super iconic.
That's what yeah.
That was like a solid 6.5 out of 10. Oak impression.
That was actually
That
really
wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that was solid. I can't do that, but that was
Pick
solid.
your Pokemon, Ash.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, people like that type of voice. But
I'm trying to remember his name. He was in the Cosby Show.
Cosby, I've never seen the Cosby Show.
You never seen the Cosby Show? Yeah.
We got more death this week?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm trying to remember the name of his character, but he passed this week as well.
I did not think we were going to open this show with the obituary.
Accidental drowning. Yeah,
Rip to
Malcolm
another
Jamal Warner is the actor from the Cosby Show. He played like the young guy in the family.
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah, accidental drowning.
Rip to another legend. I hate to hear it. That's absolutely tragic.
Yeah, absolutely horrible. I think he was real young too.
I thought this week we would also see some sort of death to the presidency with this list
With
nonsense going on.
What
What list? What list?
We can make that joke.
That one we can make.
Yeah. What list?
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
What murder?
What murder?
He's a great man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of unfortunate happenstances.
Hey,
this
well,
week,
rip to all of them.
you know,
They left their mark. They're in our hearts. Some
Yep.
of them.
some of them.
Crazy. Been a big week of death.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. A lot
Like,
of
I feel like it's we
a
have
lot of whiplash. from
Yeah, a
it.
lot of whiplash.
Yeah, a lot
I feel
of
like
whiplash.
so many weeks go by and like you don't hear about them, but when you do hear about them, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in waves.
It does. It does. She was right. She
Yeah.
was right. I mean, think about it. We just named 4 people. I'm sure that there was at least 3 others.
I'm sure we're forgetting about some.
To make up for the number 7.
Yeah.
Like, it works in 7s, I think.
Dang, crazy intro to roll off of death.
Yeah.
But today's a big day. There's cookies on the couch. I didn't mean to slap them. That was pretty good. Big day. I like having something to slap. If only we had a coffee table.
Yeah, we don't have a coffee table yet. We got this sitting on the couch because we don't have a coffee table
I need a
yet.
surface to slam that's not a wooden box.
Mm-hmm.
Big day.
Big
you know what today is?
What is today?
Today is what a lot of people have been waiting for. We're going to break into one of the most popular internet trends, especially for podcast variety shows. We're going to take an old trip down the subreddit of Am I the Asshole?
Ooh.
Yeah. So for those of you unfamiliar, there is a Reddit page, Reddit thread. I'm not.
I think it's a page.
Yeah. r/Am I the Asshole? And if you don't know what this is, people just post their drama in worded posts on Reddit, and then it is the responsibility of the community to read through the context of the situation and determine whether or not the author would be an asshole in the situation they found themselves in.
Yes.
And there have been some enormous clips online for some confessions that people made. So we're going to take a look over there.
Like internet confessional.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
an internet confessional looking for the judgment of the audience.
Mm-hmm.
So if you or anyone else out there are the author of the post we're going to read today, you should definitely take our advice. I don't like how that was followed by silence. No, I mean, we are two, I would say, good faith,
We got some good heads.
reasonable
on our shoulders.
young men with, good hearts. You got a good heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good people, you know.
We have
Look-
a head on their shoulders. Whether or not that head's got a brain is for you to determine.
Yeah, might be just empty space.
But we're going to provide our insight to these strange situations. I have a few saved. Some of them might be terrible. Some of them might be not interesting. Some of them we might be on for a minute.
Yeah.
Because when I go through these, I really put myself in
Yeah,
these
you got to
people's shoes.
invest. You got to
Yeah.
invest.
So, why don't we take a trip down? I got the iPad right
I
off
keep
the camera.
forgetting that that's the case that you have. Like, I thought you were about to pull out an actual book. Like,
Yeah, I wrote them down.
Yeah.
This case has lasted me forever. A little bit of music while we get
a little intermission for you guys.
We
That
need to get music for this show. We need like our own music. We can make that.
We could do that.
All right, should we go? Dude, this is crazy. All of these were posted in the past 24 hours.
These were all done
All.
within the past, so it all happened yesterday.
We could go chronologically of most recent to furthest away because I have one that
Let's start anywhere in the middle.
This is hot
Okay.
because this is a topic between two best friends. This is as of 1 hour ago.
as of 1 hour ago.
Am I the asshole for sabotaging my friend's writing dream to protect myself?
To protect herself. Like, was it like sensitive?
It is a male talking about a female.
Okay.
So, man, right off the bat, what's your vibe?
I feel like this could either go one of two ways. I feel like you compromised their writing passion, their dream, for the sake of protecting sensitive, like, personal information, which you kind of have to go really far in order to get that written someplace. Like that would be like if you started a novel and you just so happened to figure out and memorize my social to put in the book. Like,
Yeah, you're right.
Like that would be enough for me to be like, all right, yeah, that's insane.
41 comments. It seems pretty split. So let's take a look.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for sabotaging my friend's writing dream to protect myself? Our city organizes a cultural festival every year showcasing local artists. Part of the event is the publication of annual collections of short stories written by people from our city or the surrounding area. People can submit their stories, after which a jury decides which 10 to 15 will be included in the collection, which then will be published citywide, and experts are displayed publicly during the event. Excerpts are displayed publicly during the event. It's a big deal locally.
Yeah. And it has some easy,
Yeah.
like, wild spread.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's
Potential.
a good start.
Yeah.
I, 25 male, work as a librarian Every year, someone from the library has to be present at the jury, and I was chosen for this year's jury.
Okay.
One of my best friends, 25 female, whom I met at art school 10 years ago, is taking a creative writing course in the evening classes. The students submit a piece for the competition every year, and if your work is actually published, it gives you a lot of exposure as a writer, so most students take it very seriously. A few weeks ago, my friend and I met up for coffee. She told me she was stressed about finding a good storyline. I advised her to draw inspiration from her environment and offered to help if needed. I also jokingly said, I'm on the jury this year, so don't worry, I've got your back. Oh, okay.
Rigging the jury.
Man,
Rigging the jury.
I'm not saying nothing about that yet.
Okay.
When I received the submissions a few weeks before the jury meeting, I found her 5-page story about a man with a gambling addiction listing his possessions before potentially losing them. The writing was good, but I immediately recognized myself. The character had brown curly hair and glasses, like me, lived above the store, like me, and one of the items described was a souvenir from Laos, a country I visited this year and told her about during our last coffee meetup.
Okay.
The only difference was the gambling addiction. I collect figurines and occasionally play gacha games, but I manage my finances carefully. I called her that evening. She confirmed the character was inspired by me, saying she followed my advice to keep it close to her world. When I expressed concern about people linking me to this gambling addiction, she said, it's a creative nonfiction for a contest. People will know it's not true. I was worried our mutual friends, my boss, colleagues, and family would read this. The details clearly pointed to me, and rumors spread fast in our city. At the jury meeting, her story was praised as a strong candidate for its perspective on current issues. Panicking, I spent 5 minutes criticizing the story, convincing the jury to reject it. And it worked. We chose a different story instead. She called later expecting good news since she'd received positive peer feedback and I'd promised support. When I explained my decision, she was furious. She said this was her chance for her first publication and portfolio piece, and I took it away due to my insecurities. Mm-hmm. When she asked if anyone at the jury recognized the character, When she asked if anyone at the jury recognized the character was inspired by me, I admitted no one did. She said, well, there you have it. Hung up, and we haven't spoken since. Am I the asshole for sabotaging my friend's dream to protect myself? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a little tough.
First of all, you shouldn't have been on that jury.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm about to say, the moment that you said, don't worry, I'm on there, I got your back, you shouldn't have been allowed on that jury.
Shouldn't have been on that jury.
Shouldn't have been there.
It wasn't a fair decision to begin with, but that's besides the point.
It wasn't going to be fair no matter which way he went with it. You know
exactly.
what I mean? Because you could, it just explained itself.
To the author, you set yourself up in a lose-lose situation. And you lean more towards one lose than the other, meaning... And when you do a lose-lose situation and you don't try to go right down Main Street... Mm-hmm. This guy took a left towards the library book. Know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he hurt his friend in the process. Why does this hurt you?
My whole thing is, right? There's so many worse things in life than... gambling addiction.
Exactly.
That's me personally. Like, if I ever heard that you wrote a book and it just so happened to have a character that was inspired by me, first off, flattered. All right. I understand everybody has, their own level of insecurities about, being seen and being noticed in ways that they don't exactly do by choice.
Yeah.
So I understand being like a little nervous about that, but it didn't seem like that was the problem. The problem seemed like it was just the fact that the character in the book that was inspired by him had a gambling addiction, despite him being seemingly pretty well off for himself. I mean, if you're living on your own and you play gacha games, like gacha games are a bunch of gambling.
Sure.
But you're not, if you're able to play a gacha game as like a passion project, right? And spend money on gacha games, but still have the finances to take care of yourself, that's between you and whoever else you want to tell, mm-hmm. right? So when you sit there, it's not like she said, "Oh yeah, this guy that looks a lot like the dude that I inspired this book by, he's doing ketamine." Like,
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to go off on this guy. First of all, you told her to take inspiration from your environment. Do you really think you're the only
that includes
person? That includes you. You're part of your friend's world. First of all, you should be flattered that your friend thought of you when writing this book. It means you're a big part of their life.
Yes.
Do you really think you're the only person with curly hair, glasses, lives above a store? No. Those are the 3 conditions they listed.
That's like half the people in New York.
Exactly.
That's like half of New York.
If this person had like said that you were a serial killer or whatever and like started pointing arrows at you and like making this an attacking thing, okay, then I get it.
Yeah.
But you're not protecting yourself from a comparison between a fictional character that your
just
friend
so happens to look like
yes,
you.
and if it was so it is based off of you, but if it was truly based off of you, then everyone would have known. And that would have meant your friend's a bad writer, so you'd be calling your friend a bad writer. Clearly, the council said that it was a strong candidate until you shit all over your friend's story, just so that you don't get compared to a fictional character with a gambling addiction.
Yeah,
I think you're so insecure
maybe
you do have a gambling addiction.
Maybe this was just maybe it jabbed a nerve.
Yeah.
Maybe it jabbed a nerve.
I think that's exactly it. I think this is an insecure person.
Maybe the gotcha game was the thing that she jabbed the nerve over. She's sitting there like, yeah, he has a gambling problem as like a hint at the fact he plays gotcha games.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I don't have a problem despite him spending $100 every week on this gotcha game for loot boxes.
Yeah.
Or whatever kind of drop it is.
A lot of the comments are saying you're the asshole. It's literally a fiction contest.
Yeah.
I get you're concerned about your reputation, but the thing about rumors is just as quickly as they spread, they also fade away. Mm-hmm. In a fiction contest. However, lots of them say asshole.
Yeah.
So this person is definitely
At the end of the day, the big controversy over it being a problem that you don't want to be seen as a gambling addict. Being a gambling addict is the least of your concerns when it comes to anything that might have been said about you.
Yes.
You could they could have said something way worse. Like gambling, you can get over gambling as long as you're not put in a situation where gambling is possible.
Sure.
Right? It's not like she said, "Oh yeah, this dude, kidnaps children or something."
Exactly.
Like it wasn't like a
this is a
you need to put him
it's
under
not
the
even
prison
a crime.
kind of deal.
It's not like
it's just you gamble.
One person says, not the asshole. You're shooting it down for personal reasons, which isn't cool, but her using you without asking is the personal reason, so I think it's okay.
That was the part that I was thinking of earlier.
Okay.
Like if it was over the fact that it was inspired by him, I would understand. Because it would be like, all right, it's kind of like being able to report a picture and being like, I'm in this photo and I don't like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if that was the problem, I would understand entirely.
But your
person
only could be talking about Joe Schmo.
Yeah, your only gripe is the gambling addiction.
Yeah.
Now let's give him some credit.
All right, yeah. Let's reel it back in.
Let's give him some credit.
Conclusion? Yes, you are the asshole, but
yes, but I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole thing is, we can say you're not the only curly-headed guy that lives above a store and works as a librarian. Like that's a ton of people.
Sure.
Right? There's at least a couple thousand other people that do that in their life, other than this guy.
Yeah.
But the way you narrowed it down to having like a little antique like trinket thing from Laos brings you down a lot further in the list. Like it narrows the list down. There's only but so many people with that kind of detail in their life. But it's not like every curly-headed librarian guy with gotcha games that lives above a store happened to also go to Laos. Like it's a convention for them. Like so
I can understand there's
some specificity there
when details are extracted from your life.
Yeah.
My overall advice to this person would be, don't be so insecure about your details because most of the time nobody's looking at you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And if you're so defensive over these qualities of yourself, then you never should have given your friend this in the first place. And your friend is trying to do something creative and include you in that. Whether or not you like it is not up to you. And I think you are in terribly bad faith slamming it in front of the jury. Yes, you're the asshole. I think that's all I have to say about this
Just
person.
be a little more comfortable in your own skin next time.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And that's easier said than done, obviously. But give it a shot.
Yeah.
What's next?
Well, next story, yeah. This is a shorter one. And I like this one because it's between... I like ones between friends.
Yeah, it's a little easier to relate to.
It really helps us step into this. Am I the asshole for telling my friend stop texting me good morning every single day? Quick one. I, 28 female, have a friend, 27 female, who texts me good morning every single day without fail. It was sweet at first, but after months, it started to feel like an obligation rather than a genuine check-in. I don't mind occasional messages, but daily texts make me feel pressured to respond when I'm busy. So I politely told her I'd rather not get daily messages anymore. She got upset, and now she's acting like I'm a jerk for turning down her kindness. I feel guilty, but also relieved. Am I the asshole? This is tough.
Me personally, I'm gonna say no, but it's a very weak no.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can see where this is coming from purely off of the idea. Everybody's got a social battery that has a charge life that varies, especially depending on the day. And sometimes you just wake up and you want to get everything done that you need to get done in the day, and you don't want to have to do the unnecessary, socialization and stuff like that comes with an early like a everyday text. I'm not saying that I personally have that issue. I like saying hi to people. I'm a talkative dude.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I will say hi to strangers if it came down to it. But I know some people just want to be left alone some days, and it gets a little overwhelming being met with the same message from the same person every day. And just by courtesy, you kind of have to respond, especially if they know you see it.
Yeah.
Like if you see like a lot of messaging platforms have like a delivered read scene thing. Like they now know that you saw it,
and that creates a whole other type of pressure.
Now you feel like because they now can tell you saw it, you have to say something, or else you are the asshole because you're saying nothing.
Yeah, I have two knee-jerk reactions on this one. First thing is that they said that I have this friend. So it's not a best friend.
It's not a best friend.
It's like
it's just a friend.
I need to know a little more context on your relationship with this person, because if it's like a coworker, yeah, dude, stop texting me every single morning. I'll see you in an hour.
Yeah.
But if it's a friend if it's like you and me, okay, sure, whatever. And then because my other knee-jerk reaction, my second one, is Snapchat streaks. So
yeah,
me and Brendan, let me tell you this, still have a Snapchat streak. And it's over 800 days long.
Yeah,
me and Millie
broke a couple of times. All right, but it could have been. It definitely could have been a longer streak.
I don't know why I do this to myself.
No idea.
Millie and I have just broken 3,000 days. That's 8 years worth of days on Snapchat every single day. For real. We just crossed 3,000 days. Brendan and I are 800. That's like 3 years of a Snapchat streak.
Yeah.
But it's like we're not even creative with it. Like mostly I will send a black screen or an ugly picture of I'll just make the worst face I can into the phone and then send it his way. But the reason I only have two nowadays. It's Millie and Brendan. But when I had, like back in the height of Snapchat, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 streaks at a time, it was nice to hear from all of your friends every single day. It's like it's like a daily check-in.
It was that's what it was.
And it's
a daily check-in. It's a way for you to it was a way to encourage you to be able to maintain consistent socialization with people that you want to.
Especially when you're really afraid that you're unsocial.
Yes.
And you're like that little bug in your mind starts to tell you no one likes you, you don't have any friends. So when your friend is texting you good morning, for them, I almost feel like it's the habit of a Snapchat streak, or it's like the habit that their mom would do every morning. Maybe when they first left home, their mom would text them good morning. And so it's a soft no, you're not the asshole. I think you could have approached it a little differently. Like some of the comments said, just leave them on red. Just accept the good morning. It's like, oh, they said good morning this morning. And then once they get 5 good mornings in a row and they stop texting, cool, problem solved. If it keeps on going on for months, it's like, hey, man, if you're really that best of friends, I just send something new every morning. Mix it up.
So my thing is, it depends. Yeah, you're so right. It depends on how close these two are. Like if it was you and me, and you sent me like a good morning, which we don't really do. We don't do good mornings.
No.
Like it's either an ugly picture of each other or a black screen and no in betweens, or a picture of me sending something from like work or something. But if we did happen to do a good morning every day, it's if I left it on red for like a couple of days, I would feel bad. Like I wouldn't want to. Like I feel like that's more of an asshole move to ignore it than to confront it. I just feel like the way that she went about it could have been done a little more gently.
Yeah.
Like
there's some lacking context.
Yeah.
However, I would kind of determine, yeah, you're kind of the asshole here. Because the only reason I say this is because you have no idea what that good morning means to that person. I think there should have been a conversation.
Yeah.
It could have been a conversation rather than, hey, can you stop?
That could have meant a lot more to them
Yeah, exactly.
than it did to you, and you just didn't see it.
And this also kind of indicates to me, I have no idea who this person is, but it also indicates that they don't value daily human connection because maybe they have so many people around them. Maybe they have enough of it. Maybe your friend texting you only sees you.
That's just a drop in the bucket for you.
Exactly.
It might not be that for them. That might be their way of, ensuring that they are seen, noticed, and valued, as opposed to, oh yeah, it's another person saying hi to me.
Exactly. Yeah. That's it. So yeah, based on that,
I started out at soft no. I'm gonna have to go with yes.
I'm gonna go with yeah. You're the asshole, kind of.
Yeah,
after this little thing,
that's really tough.
Just appreciate appreciation.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Appreciate appreciation.
Because one day, maybe this might have been the thing that this person stops talking to you because of this.
Yeah.
And if that's really worth it to you, then yeah, you're still
the asshole. You might not know how empty it can get once they're gone, man. You gotta make sure about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was a solid one. I think we chalked that one up pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate your friends.
Appreciate your friends.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man.
Am I the asshole for telling my wife she's unreasonable? Wow.
Ooh. Wow. Ooh, you're dangerous. Ooh, you can't do that.
See,
Ooh.
This one hits home close for me because I use the word reasonable 95 times a day when talking about my decision. Yeah.
You can't use that's one of those few words in my vocabulary that I refuse to use in an argument. I refuse, because the moment you say that I'm gonna let you read before I say anything.
No, okay. They prefaced this post. Let me start. Am I the asshole for telling my wife she's unreasonable? We're having a recurrent argument with my wife of 20 years. About a situation with my brother and sister. Okay. I'm buckled in. For background, we're pretty wealthy. My wife and I created and sold a business. My brother and sister, on the other hand, are less lucky. All three of us got the same education. Both my brother and sister have a master's. But my sister somehow ended up as a single mother with 2 kids and basically unemployed. My brother is a private school teacher, which means his salary isn't bad, but he's also nowhere near wealthy.
Right.
The argument we keep having relates to my dad, who is also very comfortable in life. He keeps helping out my brother and sister. For instance, my sister lives in one of his houses. He gave her 2 cars throughout the years, etc. Basically, much of her lifestyle is subsidized by my dad. Same thing with my brother, although to a slightly lesser extent. Whenever he needs something, he won't buy himself an Apple computer, driving lessons, his wedding, entire relocation costs from moving from one city to another, the security deposits for his new apartment, etc. I went etc. and then it went etc. Pardon me.
Yeah.
My dad is there for him. Even for their kids' clothes. Both my brother and sister's kids. A large part of it is paid for by my dad. I assume that each of them receives north of $10,000 a year worth of various subsidies from my dad.
Wow.
Okay. My wife says this is unfair because we, on the other hand, receive virtually nothing from him. Our own kids, for instance, receive maybe 1 gift a year from their granddad, either for Christmas or their birthday. She says we're somehow being pushed for making the right choices in life, and they're rewarded for their own worst situation. And that this also encourages them not to work as hard as we did. She says fairness would dictate that my dad treats his children the same, giving equal amounts to each. Whenever she hears of a new present my dad gives my sister or brother, she's very angry at the unfairness of it. And angry at me for not finding the situation abnormal. My own point of view is that the situation is fine, and that my dad is on the contrary trying to correct the unfairness of the difference in lifestyle between his children, helping out my brother and sister who need it more than I do. I'm telling my wife she's trying to create conflict and division within my side of the family when there shouldn't be some, that we really have not much to complain about, and she's being unreasonable for having these feelings. Additional background that is somewhat relevant. We live far away from home in Asia, while my brother and sister in the same country as my dad in France. We, however, come back home once a year for a few weeks to see my side of the family. So what do you think? Am I the asshole here, or is it normal to think that my wife feels disappointed and angry? Wow.
I'm going to start with what I was going to say earlier.
Yeah.
First off, no, you're not an asshole.
No.
But using the word unreasonable is always going to be an incredibly dangerous thing to do, no matter who it is, but your wife especially.
Your wife is top 3 people you should not use the
three.
word unreasonable with.
Never, ever, ever use the word unreasonable with your wife, with your mother, or with your boss. Never, ever, ever use the word unreasonable with your wife, your mom, or your boss. And I'll explain this. So obviously, unless your mom is an actual supervillain, there has never been a time where a mom would go out of her way to do something against the better interests of their children. Your wife is supposed to be, your partner. She's supposed to be able to see the other side of the coin, as opposed to, just following your perspective on things. You kind of need that difference in viewpoint and perspective on things, especially because we're idiots all the time.
Yeah.
And they might choose to be just for the sillies. Whereas we don't turn this off.
No.
We
No.
don't turn this off.
Definitely not when we're together.
No.
No. Definitely not.
You never, ever, 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 ever want to. And plus, it invalidates anything that they might be feeling.
Yes.
That is the big point. It invalidates anything that they're feeling or anything that they're thinking, because now you are taking all of what they believed was logic and reason and treating it like it's not logical or reasonable.
I completely agree. However, I like how we're talking about the word unreasonable here. I like this because it also holds significant power when you use it. When you use that word directly, it's going to shake the block regardless.
Yes.
And I think this was a perfect instance to shake the block.
I
think he's correct in using the term unreasonable in this instance, because I do believe this is just stirring the pot for no reason. Because I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but my family also has had some instances of like different distribution. But what it really boils down is, who needs it?
Yeah.
Who needs it?
Who needs it?
It's like, Dad's got it.
Whoever has it
Who needs
already doesn't need more.
Equal.
Whoever doesn't have it right now can use it.
Fair does not mean equal. Fair does not mean equal. And that's why I do think he's not the asshole for using the word unreasonable to shake the block when it's talking about my brother and sister, dude.
Yeah.
They're not okay. We did fine, man. If you
first off, this guy created, upbuilt, and sold a business. This dude is doing fine.
Yeah.
All right. If you have a business that someone is willing to buy, that's a lot of money. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
Good for you. All right.
Yeah.
You
well
did
played.
Very well done. All right.
Very reasonable.
Yeah. Now you do that, right? If you got siblings out there that are struggling with something, or like they're not doing as well as you because they just so happen to not be able to get it off the ground.
Yeah.
That's not even like it's not a skill issue. It's a luck thing.
To be happy in life, you need to put things in the right order. And like what I've learned, especially over the past few years, is that family should always go first. Like whoever you determine is your family worth keeping in your life, they should always go first. And then I don't care where below, but money will always fall below.
Absolutely.
And then I believe that this wife is kind of putting that in the wrong order.
I feel like
I think she's seeing the dollar signs and then not realizing like this is my husband's family. This is who he cares about. So if the buckets are being filled in the wrong order, I think it's perfectly to say she's being unreasonable.
I feel like she got comfortable with being the one that had more. Not that she wanted money. She didn't. She might not even care about the amount of money that's being given. It's the fact that it's not going to her and her husband as opposed to somebody else who would actually want it. You know what I mean? I feel like
need it.
Yeah. She got very accustomed to being at a level here and them being at a level here. And dad's trying to push them a little closer to here or bring them a little closer to here just by giving one something and not the other.
Yeah.
That's what I think she sees in her mind. And it compromises her comfort in being the one that has more.
Yes.
Like it or not, a lot of people have that mentality where they're once they have that amounted comfort in their possessions, in their belongings, in their valuables, having somebody else that you might be comparing yourself to, like your siblings or sibling or in-laws or anything like that, once you start that comparison, the moment they start doing just as good, if not better, you're now putting yourself in question, and it becomes a whole nother issue. I think she has some stuff going on by herself that she's projecting.
My advice to this person, well, to the author, rather, overall, not the asshole. Definitely not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
My advice to this person would be, it sounds like your wife, it almost boils down to trust, because if your spouse says, we're fine, my father's buying their children's clothes, that means those kids need clothes. Our kids got clothes. Those kids got clothes. So if you're to the wife, if your spouse is telling you we're fine, they need my dad's money, we don't, listen to your spouse. Trust your spouse.
Please.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if he's made it this far and has gotten this many steps ahead already, he knows what he's doing, at least a little bit.
So my advice to this person would be, sit down and have this conversation about trust. Have this conversation about reason.
Yes.
About fairness. And
unless you are saying that we need to start setting people on fire that don't need to be on fire.
Yeah.
It wasn't unreasonable. It might have been self-projecting. It might have been self-projecting, and it might not have been something that was healthy to say in this context. You might
disagree. I'd even say keep calling her unreasonable, because I think the word unreasonable is perfect here.
You think so?
Because I think
maybe I'm just stuck in my ways.
I think he needs to, I don't think that either. I think you're just such a nice person. You're trying to figure out a way to calm it down. I think I'm an instigator. I think the more she brings it up, the more you need to. I think the word
if it's a persistent
brings it home.
Now, if it's a persistent issue, is this over the span of a long time?
He said it's been a recurring argument with his wife of 20 years.
Oh, well, if it's a thing that's been happening for a long time, then yeah,
they've been married for 20 years, but it's been a recurrent argument over the past few months. It actually doesn't say
months is long enough.
It just says recurrent. Exactly.
Months is long enough. You could have said, if it was if this was a one-time thing, I would stay the way that I was. If this is a thing that's been happening for weeks or months, calm down.
Yeah,
calm down.
Calm down. And I think unreasonable is the perfect word to say. You are being unreasonable.
Yes, you got way too comfortable with having more than these people, and now that they're getting things, you're getting upset that they're having things.
To the wife, check yourself.
Yeah,
check yourself.
Unreasonable.
This one, how much time we got?
I don't know.
Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Okay.
This is a good segment, dude.
This is a great segment.
This one I'm really excited for.
What is this, 3?
This is, I think this might be I think this is the second to last.
Okay, yeah.
This is number 5. So this is a WIBTA.
Would
I be the asshole?
Would I be the asshole? Okay.
So and this is of yesterday. So
this is preemptive.
Yes, this is preemptive. So they might have had this conversation already. Would I be the asshole if I told my mom that her dogs are the only ones not allowed on family vacation?
Why would the dogs not be?
This one hits close home to me because some dogs are good, some dogs need work. Dogs are so different because you can't.
I have never owned a dog. Max has had dogs for years.
I've had dogs my whole life.
He's a little bit more of an expert on this, so I'm gonna let him.
But this is good because I've been on vacations where there shouldn't have been dogs there. You know what I mean? But you are a neutral party. It's what does it seem like?
Right.
Okay. So, my mom has 2 half Yorkie, half Maltese dogs. This is a small ass dog.
I hate little dogs. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like
Yeah,
not
man.
like like Duck is a medium dog.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call
Duck
her
is
small.
a medium dog.
She's small for her breed,
She's
but as a dog,
she's a medium dog.
she's 44 pounds.
Yeah, that's
we
not
just got her
that's
weight.
not little.
No.
Like them little tiny like purse dogs. You can have those.
Ducky's a 2-arm lift dog.
Yeah. I need. That's a great way to describe it. I need a dog that I need at least 2 hands to get you off the ground.
When you pat Duck on her chest, you hear. Dum, dum, dum,
dum, dum. Yeah, not like a little.
For real.
Yeah. You need some weight,
some mass,
some tonnage.
These dogs are my mom's world. The problem is they're obsessed with food. They'll go to any lengths to get human food. This is a problem. This is a problem. It started with a bag of barbecue potato chips on my kitchen counter, ripped open and devoured, leaving a huge barbecue dust mess. The next was an entire pizza that was snatched off of the table the moment I went to go grab sodas from the kitchen.
They ate it that fast?
In the span of less than a minute, when I returned, half the pizza was gone. That's 2 dogs, fractions of our size, clearing pizza in 2 slices of pizza in under
by
a minute.
the time that he gets back with soda.
That's very frustrating. The dogs were standing over the other half of the pizza, and there's pizza sauce all over my carpet. I'm pissed.
On carpet?
Next get-together, they found there was a way inside, even though I asked my mom to keep them in the backyard. They got into the kitchen and tore open 2 bags of hamburger buns and ate around $40 worth of seasoned raw hamburger meat and a block of cheddar cheese. At this point, I told my mother her dogs were not allowed in my home.
How does she not? She needs to handle them.
She stopped coming by altogether, which does hurt my feelings because if it's a choice between her kids and the dogs, she'll always pick the dogs.
Wow.
I'm planning a family vacation booked in a nice cabin for the whole family to stay in. My sister's bringing her dog, a well-behaved female pit bull. It says pit.
Hey, yeah.
So I know it's going to be an issue when I tell my mom her dogs aren't allowed to come with us. I don't want to spend the whole weekend making sure not a single scrap of food is left out for even a second. Otherwise, her dogs would tear it apart and potentially make a huge mess in the cabin that I paid a deposit on. My sister told me to just tell my mom that she has to keep a close eye on her dogs. But I've tried that before, and she's proven time and time again that she's either unable or unwilling to control her dogs. Would I be the asshole if I tell my mom her food-crazed dogs are not allowed on family vacation, even though another dog will be there?
No. Not even a little bit.
No.
Not even a little bit.
I hope the mom's listening.
I hope the mom is listening. I hope if she isn't listening, that her very reasonable son reaches out. And
I was gonna say this is a tough one because I go down to South Jersey a lot, and all my family, different cousins, we all got actually no, we don't have all different pets, but we've always brought Sandy, who's our family pit bull. Like we've had Sandy since I was 12 years old. She's still hobbling around somewhere upstairs. She's 13 now, and when you bring a dog, it's your responsibility. Everything that dog does, your name is on.
Yep.
So that's why training is so important. That's why you got to get your dog trained. Or I like to get my dogs when they're young because I'm not a dog trainer. So their brains are more. They're always learning and developing. But
it's a lot easier when they're young, though.
Exactly.
That's everything.
Puppy training is huge because that's when they learn to go potty and not to beg for food. That is a huge rule always, is like dogs don't eat where humans eat, ever. So I can tell, especially since these are smaller dogs, I can tell this mom goes home and when she's eating dinner, this dog's right here and she's passing them out.
Yeah, she's handing little bits of food.
Yeah.
Like,
now, I won't lie. I let Ducky on the couch sometimes when I'm having dinner, and I always try not to, and I've had 2 meals stolen. I know Margaret's had it. How many of you had?
I'm thinking of my chicken sandwich from Wawa.
We had a chicken sandwich stolen by Ducky, and it's still
half of my chicken sandwich.
half of a chicken sandwich. And it was so desired in the moment, and you come back and a dog's eating your food. It is so aggravating. Like God forbid you're hungry, and you put it down for a minute. Oh my god, it's happened to me, and it's just like it's heart wrenching. It's like I love you, but I hate you. But if it happens all the time, then these dogs do have a problem.
Yes.
So, and especially since you're paying it for it, of course, no, you're not the asshole.
Absolutely not.
And as a your sister who has a dog, as a responsible dog owner, needs to spread this rhetoric.
That sets the standard.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I was thinking when I heard of the other dog coming along.
The dog is a guest.
First off, good for the sister for being able to, handle a much larger dog than these tiny little dogs and be able to instill in it the manners that are required in order to allow it to be around people without causing issues, or at least the issues that he's listing off. But when you got these tiny little dogs and all they ever want to do is eat, and all they want to do is eat your food.
I'm getting mad right now.
All they ever want to do is eat your food. Like, now imagine you bring them around a bunch more people with a bunch of more people food. They're going to think it's the best thing ever because they're going to assume it's all for them.
The buffet's open.
Yeah. Doors are open. Like, you don't even need a table. Just go.
For real. And you know what? Let me preface this too. This is not the dog's fault. This is
this
is the environment they've thrived in.
This is the mom.
This is the mom, and you can tell that it happens in the kitchen. We've seen a lot of things in the kitchen, so we know that these dogs have learned that when someone is in the kitchen and food is being made, the dinner bell goes off. Oh, this is for me too, because I bet you the dogs wouldn't be doing this if the mom.
She's making food. She
For
is
the
making
dogs.
food, and she's handing bits of whatever she's making to the dogs.
And I will double down. It's not the dog's fault, but also a pit bull. If you raise it right, like we know Sandy, she'll ask for food, but she's not stealing food.
She's not stealing.
It's she has.
Once you tell her no, she walks away.
She has the brain power to realize. But when a Maltese Yorkie mix, these are two very stubborn, low-key aggressive, like not nice, and like difficult behaviorized dogs. Like, they're gonna eat. They're gonna do what they want to do because they're little. So
yeah,
it's not the dog's fault.
Yeah, they don't care. But it's not the dog's fault. That's just how the dog is. But the things that could change about the dog start with the mom. It starts with the mom, and I already know that the way that they are, she has enabled it, and they got comfortable with the way that she has enabled them. So now when they're around strangers, they don't care. Yeah, those strangers don't affect them. Yeah, you're not the asshole.
You're not the asshole.
You are not the asshole. You will not be the asshole.
No. You're paying for it.
You're paying for it. It's your money.
And this is a great reason to not say that we have history of what these dogs have done, and everything these dogs do is on the mom. Yes. Everything they do is on you. If they shred up my burger buns,
your mom's not going to pay you back for whatever happens to that cabin with these dogs.
Of course.
So I wouldn't even risk compromising your money and whatever else happens between you and your mom because of these dogs. You are not the asshole.
You're not, but if you do end up caving, because it's your mom.
Yeah.
I understand it's your
It is
mom.
your mom.
You want your mom to be there, but if she's being difficult with these dogs, then make your boundaries so crystal clear. If your dogs mess something up, you're either going to have to take them home, which of course none of us want.
Or you're paying for damage.
Also, maybe a compromise. Find a crate. Find a playpen.
Some kind of select area.
Yeah, and like reserve that area. It's like, this is the cheapest area I can pay for. There's like, and like for Ducky, we had our little playpen for her. It'll cost you $60 to $100, and if that's worth it for your mom, make your mom buy it.
Yeah. But if she needs them to be out and free and everywhere at once and whatever,
then that's her decision.
That's her decision.
Like, we can't. If we blame this on the dogs, we're gonna get nowhere because the dogs have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, they don't know what's going on. They don't understand the context of what's going on.
The next person in the line of command is your mom. Everything these dogs do, it's on you. That's what I say. That's my advice. Have that conversation.
Answer is no. You're not the asshole.
Dang. Yeah. Nope. Not the asshole. It looks like we have time for one more.
Okay.
Dude, these have been flying by.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Let us know if you like these. We went back. Oh man. All right. We're going asshole poo mode. So I don't know what does asshole poo mode mean. Let's figure it out.
We're going poo mode. This has to be the worst one.
There's a tag in Am I the Asshole? It says asshole poo mode, and it's tagged on. It's a red tag, and I don't know what it means.
It has to be the category.
But I think so.
Think
This
about
is
it. What's worse than what's wrong with an asshole?
maybe this is like a real.
What's worse than an asshole? An asshole with poo on it.
Maybe this is like a really bad asshole.
Yeah.
I know there's another subreddit called "Am I the Devil," and it's like they take these stories and repost them there if they're really bad.
Right.
Maybe we're looking to look at something of this.
Maybe.
But the title of our final story for the episode is "Am I the asshole for not apologizing to my dad's wife for disrespecting me and my partner time and time again?" I'm already mad. I don't know why. I need to know
For who?
I don't know. I don't.
You're
I just
just
don't.
angry.
I'm so glad I'm not here. Wherever this is,
You're just mad.
I'm just mad for the drama. I'm done with drama for the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it gets. I mean, after a certain point, you have to get tired of it.
Yeah. Because like disrespecting is another one of those power words in a
Yeah.
relationship. You know?
Yeah.
Respect, reason, disrespect, unreasonable. Very powerful words in the familial chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take it away. I am a 20-year-old woman navigating a challenging living situation with my father, whom I refer to as Jay, and his wife, B. Dad is Jay, mom is B.
I have an issue with this already.
As well as my partner and my siblings. Jay, my dad, has been largely absent in my life, both emotionally and in terms of parenting, leaving my upbringing to my grandparents who are now in their 70s. I already feel for this person, man. Oh, I'm getting angry! Since B entered the picture a few years ago, I have noticed a significant shift in Jay's behavior and the family dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
They recently purchased a house with my grandparents living in an in-law suite and immediately imposed a chore chart expecting me and my siblings to clean the entire house. This feels deeply unfair to me considering Jay has never taken on a parenting role before now. Note, this author's 20 years old.
Yeah.
My relationship with B has been particularly strained. She has made negative comments about my work ethic, calling me lazy and accusing me of not contributing enough around the house. B refuses to engage with me, claiming I trigger her with the way I talk and dress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying so hard to say my comments at the end. This ongoing tension has been exacerbated by her critical attitude towards my partner, who is a closeted transgender woman and has struggled to find work recently. As a recent incident highlighted these issues. I'm so sorry, I can't read. I'm getting so heated.
You want me to handle it?
A recent incident. Do you want to read the rest?
It's up to you if you're that angry.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, lock it in.
We got to get through this. A recent incident highlighted these issues when B picked me up from work. I was supposed to leave at 11 p.m., but was delayed for about 10 or 15 minutes. B expressed her annoyance at having to wait, leading to a heated exchange between us. I tried to explain that waiting is a common occurrence at my job, but B insisted I should have communicated my delay. Okay, that's its own thing. A conversation took a snarky turn when B made a comment suggesting that my perspective on waiting was only valid when I was the one waiting. I responded harshly, emphasizing that I'm the one working hard and that her expectations are unreasonable. There it is again.
There it is again. There it is.
There's a power word.
Yep. Power
B
word.
then suggested that I could take an Uber if I was unhappy with the situation, which felt dismissive to me. Things escalated further when Jay dropped off my charger at work and publicly demanded that I apologize to B, stating no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I firmly refused, explaining that I would not apologize to someone who has repeatedly disrespected me. Jay responded by saying that I would have to find my own way home if I wouldn't apologize. Feeling unsupported and frustrated, I declared in our group chat that I would arrange my own transportation from now on.
You answered the problem.
B's reply of okay felt indifferent and dismissive. Now I'm left questioning whether my refusal to apologize to B, given the ongoing disrespect I have faced from her, makes me the asshole in this situation. I believe I'm justified in standing up for myself against what I perceive as continual disrespect, especially considering my partner's struggles and the lack of support from my family. This is a tough one, dude.
This is tough only in the perspective, not perspective, but only in the way of I don't know a lot. I mean,
You know what? I was getting
The-
heated, and you might have sensed I've kind of cooled down after
Yeah.
finishing this story because they had me for the first 3 paragraphs until we got to this pickup incident.
yeah.
And it's because you're 20 years old living at home. I can feel. I'm 25 still living at home. So
Yeah.
I can feel. But at the same time, you're an adult. And your parent's spouse shouldn't dictate anything over you or what you do over the age of 18. You're
Over
free
the
to-
age of 18,
You're free
if you
to
have
yes.
if you have one biological parent and then their spouse or something like this, like B in this situation, the father's spouse, that is not your mom.
No.
Like that's not your mom. This is like a stepmother-ish kind of situation.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, they're saying my dad's wife. So
Yeah, the dad's wife is not your mother. The only reason that would ever be a thing where you needed to treat it like it was a parent is if you were still in need.
respect
Of
is
parents.
always earned.
Respect is earned.
No matter who you are.
Always earned. It is never something that you are you should ever demand from somebody. It is not something that you can force people to give you.
To be just because you married Jay
Does
does not
not
entitle
mean-
you to respect from his children.
Yes.
So that's one thing you need to right off the bat. I'm only addressing the home situation. However, the rule chart,
The rule chart is insane.
it's insane. You are an adult, but you're living under their roof.
Yes.
So it sounds like they
Living under their roof means you have to kind of live by their rules, especially if they're letting you live there probably free of rent.
yeah, that's huge.
If it's free of rent and things like that, you're essentially living at home.
My parents are letting me live here, and I was literally on my hands and knees in the garden earlier today.
Yeah.
like that
you,
is your
you got
rent.
it. That's your way
regardless.
of paying them back
Of
for
course.
letting you stay there.
But that's how you earn their respect and trust as a
But it's not it's
resident.
not always reciprocated.
of course.
And in this
and that's where problems arise.
in this instance, I guarantee you it probably isn't.
yeah.
Like they have you said that there was a chore chart. I don't know if it was ever followed. I don't know if it was, then anything that they did doesn't seem to be paying
It
off.
does suck that you're 20 and you're being a chore chart is being held over your head. But I mean, you're under their roof.
First off,
End of the line, yeah.
doesn't matter what big old age you're gonna be. All right. You're going to have chores.
Yeah,
You're going
right?
to have chores throughout the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Unless you are able to afford to pay somebody to do them for you, or you put it on your kids, and then all you're doing is you're repeating the cycle at that point.
Yeah.
Because if you're complaining about chores, it's going to be a very, 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 very long rest of the road. Chores are here.
At the end of the day, if chores don't get done, you're gonna end up on an episode of Hoarders.
Yes.
That's the end of the.
Yeah,
you don't.
yeah.
You don't want to live like the.
You do not want to be on
Exactly.
daytime television.
You don't want to live like a person who doesn't do chores.
Yes.
Especially if you live alone, because then you live in a sty, and that is so many mental repercussions. So chores are chores.
Chores are a necessary evil.
I'm
for
25 and
living
I'm still
anywhere.
knocking out chore lists. It never ends. So
It's not gonna.
let's talk about this situation though.
Now the
Oh, sorry, it's
the
something else?
parking situation.
The
right?
pickup, yeah.
The pickup. That's it.
I feel like I need a little more context.
Yes, I feel like there needs to be a little bit more there. When it comes to Jay,
Jay's daddy.
if Jay, yeah, if
Mm-hmm.
if Pops wasn't around, right, either emotionally or it seems like they said as a parent. I don't know if that means he was gone like physically, like he was
Yeah.
just away, right? There's a difference if he's actually just not been a good father. Like there's a lot of guys, especially guys our age.
Sorry, I'm looking at the dog. She's
What's
funny.
she doing?
She's just
Oh.
trouncing around. She's
There's a
funny.
lot of guys, especially our age, who have fathers that are not emotionally sensitive.
Yeah.
That's a
At
thing.
all.
At all.
Yeah.
At all. A lot of them. This is a perfect example. I work in the trades. There are a lot of guys that I work with who are fathers who are horribly emotionally unintelligent. They're just not good at expressing themselves, or at least not in a way that is perceived as anger or happiness. Those are the only two things that it seems like you're ever able to feel in that, profession. You're either happy that something worked or you're actually so fucking mad.
Yeah.
And there's no in between. And that's a lot of guys in general. Like emotional intelligence is just not there. And so when you're a dad, especially to a daughter,
it can be really hard to tap
you
into this
need
stuff.
to be able to. Yeah, that's a whole different animal of being able to understand things.
Which, as I said, Jay is a person who's been absent and not around, and now is kind of re-entering the. So
yeah.
it's already a strange situation.
Already estranged.
But I like this. The first incident with B picking up the author, they said it was at 11 p.m. and they were out late. They were delayed by 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
So let's take this as
That's
fact.
small.
It's small, and
me.
Me too. And if someone's picking you up, let them know, hey, be out in 15. But also be respectful to that person who's picking up because they're taking time. It's 11 p.m. They're late. They're tired. They probably got work the next day. So just let them know, hey, out in 10 minutes.
They're putting out the effort to come get you anyway. So it shows that at least on some level, they value.
They support you.
They
at
support
least.
you at least. They support you. They might not be the nicest all the time, but they support you enough to come get you despite being tired and being all that other stuff.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
However, the way that he reacted was very poor because it almost signifies to me that they're doing this because they have to.
Yes.
And now I'm inconvenienced by you. And now you're a terrible person. And that's why it escalated.
Don't treat it like a ball and chain.
Of course, yeah.
Like
be the goldfish. Like forget about the 10, 15 minutes. Even if you don't like this person, even if this person's a part of your family and you have to do this every single day, you're going to make the situation work if you react like this to this person.
As long as you calm down,
Yes.
you give them that extra grace. You do this, you get it done, you're back in bed.
Truth is, I hate to say this, I think both the author and B are kind of the asshole.
I think
these people are kind of oil and water.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's so difficult when you're 20 and you probably either are in school or you're just starting to work and you really want to be on your own, but you can't because you
just unlocked the rest of the map, dude.
Exactly,
all of the game's content just opened up to you at 20.
And so
you're everything. You just got a million notifications that there's 16 different side stories.
And it can feel super frustrating when you want to get out there and you want to do this stuff, but I have no roof over my head unless I stick with my lovely grandparents who have just signed. So I can feel the situation can be really claustrophobic. Now we're throwing in B and we're making all these snide comments.
I just feel I think frustrations are building. I think frustrations are building on both sides.
And I don't think it's like blatant disrespect.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, you got to do chores.
Everybody's tired.
Yeah,
I think everybody's tired.
It's 11 p.m.
Everybody's tired.
Yeah.
We just need, everybody says something a little crazy after 9 p.m. Don't trust anything that you have to say that might be any way charged after 9 p.m. Go to bed.
This is advice to live by.
Yes.
Seriously.
If you are having big feelings at 9:01,
you're either hungry or tired.
You're hungry
as well.
or you need to go to bed.
Yeah, man.
Or both.
I like this piece of advice. If you're mad at everyone, eat something. If you think everyone's mad at you, take a nap.
Yes.
It's
if
words
everyone's
to live by.
If you're pissed at everyone, eat something. If you think everyone's pissed at you, you need a nap.
So I think this one incident when being picked up at work, I'm going to chalk the whole post up as not the asshole. Because you handled it right. You figured out your own way to and from work. You shouldn't have to rely on someone to get you to and from. I'm sorry you don't have a car, but you'll
get there.
You will get there, but you chose the job.
It's still really early though. It's still very early to have.
It's late, yeah.
It's early to have a car.
Yeah, you're right.
It's early to have a car.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't understand that unless you have like a really good jumpstart in terms of money, your first car is either coming from your parents, which Jay doesn't seem to want to buy you a car.
Yeah.
Or it's coming out of your own pocket. And that's not happening until you find a job that'll pay you enough overhead to have a car and handle the rest of your bills.
Yeah.
You're still paying for things like food, transport, especially public transport.
Yeah.
Uber, which is already super expensive, like a bunch of other things. And now you got to think about saving up for that one probably beater vehicle just to get you to and from so you can cut a few things out of the middle.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen immediately, right? I think everybody was frustrated and tired.
And I'm gonna chalk up this whole post
Not-
as not
not
the
the
asshole.
asshole.
My advice to the author: I'm only 25. I'm not too much further ahead than you. My advice would be that you're stronger than this post. Like, the things you're going through right now are pressure makes diamonds. And yes, your dad, your parents weren't present. Yes, you're still living with your grandparents. Yes, this job is really hard to get to and from. Yes, you're arguing with B all the time. But these are the things that build character. And once you are out and once you do have your own way, then you're going to be grateful for all the turmoil these situations put you through, because once you do hit the ticket and life starts taking its turn, which it will, this too shall pass, then you will see how little this is and how much your character is shined through. Because I see good character in this person as they're writing, because they acknowledge all the things that are wrong, but they can also find reason and respect and compromise within it all. So just lock in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put the fries in the bag.
Everybody's just frustrated and tired.
Yeah.
You know?
You're stronger than this.
Especially when you're going through the same song and dance every day and the song sucks.
Yes.
But remember that songs don't last forever.
Yes. I still don't know what asshole poo mode means, but
Asshole poo mode. Don't know what that means. I thought that was going to be like oh yeah, you're definitely bad. Like I thought
down
we were
below.
going to have to be like, yeah, you need to go somewhere. Like
yeah. Comment down below what it means. Let us know. We're new to Reddit, so this was
was good.
This is such a good segment.
That was really
That was
good.
a really good one to end on, because it almost felt really balanced. Should we check out some of the comments? I'm kind of curious now. Let's see. You're the asshole. You're the asshole. You're the asshole.
Really?
Oh, you're an adult. You live in a house that's owned by someone else. Yeah. Kind of what we said, but I can see a little bit of devil's advocate. Wow. Everyone says that you're the asshole.
wow.
Yo, this one person just says you're the asshole. Grow up.
Wow. People are mean.
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
we just tried to see reason and try to like find a middle ground with
Yeah.
these people. Like
Lots of
everybody's
entitlement.
just like, nope, it's you.
I know what? There's a lot of rough comments too. I hope this person sees this.
Yeah,
I really do.
Genuinely do. Yeah.
All right.
I think everybody was just tired and just needs to get through it.
Yeah.
But
I don't think you're entitled. I know that it's difficult to have a rough start. I bet a lot of the people commenting
absolutely.
didn't have this situation.
No,
So
no.
I'm very lucky in my situation. So I almost can't say anything bad about this person.
yeah, everybody's different.
Thank you guys for tuning into this segment. I had a lot of fun on this.
That was really good.
I learned a
That
lot
was
about
really
we
good.
learned a lot about ourselves
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I'd like to do another one of these. So let us know.
Absolutely.
Cool. Send us a coffee table.
Send us a coffee table, please, so we can actually find a place to put things.
Or don't send us one. Like, send us on a quest. We're down.
Send us
we're
on
down.
a quest. Yeah, tell us where we can find this coffee table.
The
The
never-ending
chosen
quest for this coffee table.
Yeah,
I'm so
we need
excited.
one.
Thank you guys for watching again. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your
Mm-hmm.
interaction is our digital currency to stay alive online.
Please, please, please engage.
I think that's just about it.
All right.
Love you guys.
Yep.
See
Y'all
you
have a
next
good one.
week.
See ya.